So last time, hey, you died. We are still in this dungeon, and you have 3 possible directions that you have not been.
Okay. So I think we will, with Heyu kind of safe with Torm and everything, at least for now until we can figure something out. I guess we'll continue on like we're doing and make another left. Except there is no other left, so we'll make the right at the end of the hall there.
Okay, so instead of walking into the wall, is Lai gonna stay in front of you?
Yeah.
Are you picking up the rear? Are you going in the front? Where are you going? And he's just gonna tag along with you.
Let's see. She is more perceptive, but this is like rogue territory, so it could go either way.
I might have to turn that down a tiny bit.
Yeah, I'll.
So you're taking lead?
Yeah, I'll take lead.
Okay. So you're taking the lead. Let me. You can kind of see to the end of this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all.
Yeah. I'll be moving forward cautiously, kind of keeping my eyes out for any ambushes like we just dealt with. And just follow the path.
Oh, the area is opened up to your sight.
Nice.
You have 2 paths ahead of you. You do have a left and a right.
I think we're going to make another left.
Another left? Another left. Okay, so as you make another left, you do see a bigger opening at the end of the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a narrow passageway just in front of you.
Okay.
So Lia's watching up above.
Yeah.
Or behind you guys as you're traveling around.
She's kind of keeping an eye out behind us. Let's see. With Find Familiar, I can see through Tiny U's eyes, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll send Tiny U down the small passageway just to see, how far it'll go. And I think there's what's the range on that? Is it 30 feet or 100?
Thought it was 30, but I can. Well, we're talking about. I have a computer right in front of me. What am I doing? All you're familiar is 100 feet. Communicate with it telepathically. And you can hear what it hears.
As an action, you can see through his eye. Okay.
Yep. So you can. What is it? You communicate with it telepathically until it's 100 feet away, and you can use an action to do that.
Okay.
Cool.
Then I will do exactly that. I will send him 99 feet down the hallway and see what he can see.
Okay, so he starts traveling down, and he sees 2. No, those aren't goblins. They were bugbears. See 2 bugbears that were sitting inside this, around right by a fire, kind of arguing with each other.
Okay. Do they take any notice of the mouse scurrying around, or probably not? Do they take any notice of the mouse scurrying around, or probably not?
Probably not. But there's also something that's laying on the ground. This weeks ago. I just hadn't added it into the map yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's 2 bugbears.
There's a thing that's laying on the ground that's behind these bugbears. It's kind of eating what he could tell is probably like a body or just a pile of meat.
Okay.
And he doesn't have much experience with the outside world, so you would, seeing through his eyes, be able to tell it looks kind of like a cow, but not like a cow.
Okay. So like a cow, but with like arms and legs, maybe?
It's more. How to describe this? I do have a picture, so I can give the best description I can.
Oh yeah, because I can see through his eyes, so like.
I can just show you.
See the thing, yeah.
I will just put it sideways so you can see this.
Okay, so more like almost like an anteater, but with a boar face, and he's huge.
Kinda. It's about as big as a cow.
And he's cow-sized.
He's cow-sized.
Okay. So a dangerous-looking meat creature.
Dangerous-looking meat creature.
Okay.
He's got big old wildebeest tusks coming out of his face.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of laying on the ground while it's munching on what looks like meat.
Okay. If they don't notice him, then I'll send him further down the pathway and see what else we can make out.
Okay, as he continues down the pathway, you do see a bunch of loot on the ground. You see through his eyes there's several shiny objects.
Several shiny objects.
Yep, and then there's a couple of crates that look like they have different things stacked in them, like books or scrolls, things like that.
Okay.
And there's some large sacks also.
And large sacks. Okay. I'll go ahead and recall my mousy friend.
So he scurries along.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a mouse, so I won't make him roll any kind of real stealth check because he doesn't make noise when he walks.
Yeah, like he's a mouse in a dungeon. Like this is
really... kind of just the territory for it. That would be a little odd. If you were trying to go down there.
Yeah.
So he comes back to you.
At the most, I would maybe roll a perception check for one of the bugbears to say like, oh, that's a weird mouse. Or an insight or something.
See if he notices the mouse has a cloak.
Yeah. Alright. So, given what he told me about the layout and, how these hallways seem to be, not really much chance for a surprise attack from range.
Oh, it's very claustrophobic.
Very claustrophobic. So, there's 2 bugbears and the meat creature.
Yeah, the gap's about 5 feet wide. So it's big enough for a person to go through.
So this narrow gap here is 5 feet wide.
Yes.
Okay, and then it widens out to about 8 or 10.
Yeah, each square is like 5 feet.
Yeah.
It's like a person square.
Okay. So I will communicate this with Laya and say like, hey, it looks like there's some pretty good loot over there, but there's 2 bugbears and this weird looking meat creature. I don't remember if we took any kind of rest after that last fight.
After the last fight? Yeah, you guys did. Let's see. No, after this whole thing, no, you didn't.
Okay. Because Laya still has all of her hit points. I don't have any marked off. Did we just not take damage during the fight?
They were mostly just trying to do a very specific type of attacking you. They try and knock you down.
They weren't damaging us.
Yeah, they were trying to knock you down, and they attacked your intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the thing that would go down.
Yeah.
But they didn't go for life points. But if they get you to actually go unconscious or knocked down, then they can kill you.
Yeah, and I don't think they hit me or Laya with either of those attacks.
Yeah, they failed every time with you guys.
Yeah.
Scary creatures, those little tiny things that are only a CR3.
Right?
They can party wipe.
Like permanent party wipe.
Right? Doesn't matter if it's level 17 or not. It's ridiculous. You guys are basically lords of the realm at this point.
I mean, you gotta throw what you can at us. I get it.
Oh yeah, if you look in the Dungeon Master's Guide, I think it was, they actually list anything over level 12 is basically a lord of the realm. You're basically the equivalent of mortal gods. With your powers.
No. It's a minor provincial lord. I don't think we're god status.
Logi.
Yeah. Lord with a lowercase L. Alright.
You can only overthrow a small kingdom if you chose.
So...
Good thing you're all good.
Yeah. I mean, we might take over Fandolin because that one smarmy dude is just annoying, but...
Wouldn't be too hard to kill.
Yeah. We wouldn't even have to kill him. We'd just get him outvoted.
Oh yes, and he is going to just kind of follow along this gap.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Cold chill runs over your shoulders. You notice some kind of presence mysteriously floating nearby.
All right. Let's go ahead and... Okay, how is Liar doing on spell slots? She's used 2 of her 3rd level spell slots. Or, no, 2 of her 3 2nd level spell slots. Laya is going to use Pass Without Trace. Give us a +10 to stealth, and then we'll sneak up and try to ambush these dudes.
Okay.
But we're going to... And this is all being communicated from me to Laya in character. We're going to, as sneakily as we can, get up next to these guys and then just unleash havoc with our enchanted swords and stuff.
Very nice. Yeah, most things die from that pretty fast.
Yeah.
I was just looking up a stat.
I mean, bugbears are beefy. And I don't know what the deal is with this meat creature, but...
Oh, there it is.
if we can get the bugbears down, then it's 2v1.
Okay. So you guys are. So she casts pass without trace on you guys.
Yep, I'm marking down the spell slot. And there we go.
Have them open on here.
Okay. And then, so we roll stealth check, yeah?
Yep, you're gonna roll a stealth check. I'm also gonna kind of see what their perception is, since they're not paying attention that much.
Yeah, as we get closer, do we hear them arguing at all? Like,
yeah, you'll hear it in Goblin tongue.
In Goblin. I don't think any of us speak Goblin.
Don't think so.
Common, Elevation, Infernal, Common Thieves Can't Giant, Common Draconic. Nope. Unless the mouse speaks Goblin, but...
No, actually, I don't think he does.
Alright. So that's a 16 on the dice for me and 15 on the dice for Laia.
You guys definitely beat their perception.
Okay. With the plus 10 and our insane modifiers.
Yes. So you're over 25. God, you just barely passed their 9.
A little overkill never hurt anybody. Alright.
Only I can select multiple things at once. Who's going in front? You?
Yeah, I'll go first.
And I'm guessing you're going like right up next to him pretty much here? And you guys are going
I'm going to go a little bit farther and leave room for Laia to come in behind me.
Okay, so you're just going to go just past that next to the wall or so? Or?
Yeah, like I'm going to attack this guy, and Laia's going to attack this guy.
Okay.
Alright. And then...
so you're both about 5-10 feet away from them.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff. Okay.
Alright. Joys of parenthood.
Oh, I didn't roll for perception in the other thing. Actually, got the same roll. Cool. So they're just kind of arguing, looking at each other, facing a little bit more towards the firelight. We'll say they can't really see you guys easily because the light's in front of them.
And then we would be kind of backlit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're kind of in their shadows a bit.
Alright. Then, surprise attacks with advantage.
Yep, I'll give you that on those two.
Alright. Roll for myself first, and then we'll roll initiative after I roll bias.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you guys just straight up attack, because I don't think we do initiative until we see what happens after that.
Alright, so that's an 8 and a 12 on the dice for me. With my Poisonous Sword of Doom, that's a plus 9. So that's a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. Let's see. 7d10 plus 3. Where's my d10s?
He ends up being Lord of the Bugbears with the CR. No, the AC. No.
It's a super bugbear! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
With his S etched out in fur on his chest.
Alright. Let's see. 13, 15, 18, 24, 26, 32 damage off the first attack. And because Paladin, I get extra attack.
Which weapon were you using?
The Flaming Raging Poisonous Sword of Doom.
Okay, so as you slice into his flesh, you sear straight through the top of his shoulder, all the way through to underneath his rib cage, and the top part of his body falls off the bottom.
Oh, so I one-shot him.
You one-shot him.
Alright, cool.
He had 27 HP.
Wow. Alright.
Bugbears are not very... They're CR1.
Can I move up a little bit and attack the meat creature with my second attack?
Yeah, you could. He's actually only 5 feet away from that first guy.
Alright, so I'll do that.
So you slide your movement. And you're not moving away from him, so no opportunity attack.
No advantage on this one, I'm assuming?
No, he's seen the other one burst into flames while melting. And
okay, I got a 19 on the dice. With a plus 9, so that's a 20.
That's good. That's going to hit.
Okay. Alright, so that's 11, 20, 26, 28, 39 plus 3, so 42 damage on this guy.
42?
42.
That is also going to kill him.
Wow. Okay.
Let's say you slice straight down the middle and his body splits in two.
Wow.
One half of it kind of stays in place for a second when the other falls, and then it falls over into the fire.
Nice.
And the Catoblepus has noticed you're here.
No, I mean I was attacking the meat creature.
Oh, I thought you were attacking the bugbear.
No.
Oh, okay. Then hold on a
Because
second.
Laya was planning on attacking that one.
Okay, that's not dead.
Okay. I was going to say, we killed that meat creature in one shot?
No, he's still alive. He's,
Alright.
he's still good. You
And then-
it was 44 damage?
42.
42.
Yeah.
Okay, no, he's still good.
Alright. And then, does Laya have advantage on her first attack against the bugbear?
Let's see, you've already attacked and it's definitely noticed you. So it's not
Alright.
really a sneak attack anymore.
Well, we were trying to do it simultaneously.
Oh, you're doing it at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll say go ahead and pass us with that one.
Alright. That's a 12, and that's a 11. So we'll go with the 12. And with her Daystar Clarion, that's a +5 to hit, so 17.
That does hit.
Okay. And she gets 4d10 plus 4. Okay. 10, 18, 21, 28, 32 damage.
32?
Yeah.
Okay, that does hurt it.
Alright, and then extra attack for her as well.
Forget about the extra attack.
That's a 2 on the dice, so I think that's going to miss.
That's gonna miss. Unless she has a very good plus.
Not bad. It's a +5 if I'm reading it right.
Unfortunately, that still won't make it.
Yeah. Alright, so all that happened.
Okay, now we're gonna go into initiative.
Now we're going to roll into initiative. Alright, so that is a whopping 11 for me.
I've rolled a 9 3 times in a row on this dice.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Put
go
it in
over
jail.
here for a bit.
Alright, and then let's see, that's a 14 and a 2. So we're going to go with the 14 because Rangers get advantage on initiative.
Yeah, what was hers?
Hers is 19.
Okay, so she's first, you're second, and Calvin is third.
Alright. Then I think she's going to take a couple more swings at the bugbear.
Okay.
10.
Oh yeah, bugbear is right before the Calvin.
Alright. 15 to hit
15 hit. Bugbear.
on the bugbear.
Miss.
Okay. Less than a 15 to hit.
Also a miss.
Okay. Alright.
Does she want to move?
No, she's in melee with the bugbear, so she's chilling. And this bugbear died, and then I moved up
Yeah,
to attack
this
the
guy's
meat creature.
dead. Let me.
No, that one's okay. That's the one that lies.
Oh, this
attacking.
one's the dead one.
Yeah, that's the dead.
Okay, I can't remember how to delete. Oh yeah, there it is. Boom.
All right. And then I moved up to attack the
Yeah, you moved up and she's close by.
meat cow. And then, how does the familiar work? Does he work on my bonus action, or?
Let's see. We never really cemented that in, huh?
Yeah.
Let's say maybe kind of like stodgy, where he can just kind of tag on to the end of your turn.
Oh, okay.
When you have an actual turn in combat, then you can just kind of tag him on.
All right, we'll do that for next round.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Laya, and she's not going to move. All right. Who's next?
Okay, so up next is you.
Oh. All right. Then I will continue to attack the meat creature.
Okay.
That's a 19 on the dice.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. And I am going two-handed with the sword. I've got my shield stowed.
Because versatile, yeah. Oh, you're gonna kill this thing before it even gets to do any of its attacks.
I just realized I was rolling a d8 in place of one of my d10s.
Keep doing that. It's just gotta keep on doing it.
All right. Oh, I rolled rather poorly on these. I see a few ones. All right, so that's 9, 10, 18, 19, 24, 30. That's my damage bonus. It's plus 3, so 33.
Yeah, how do you want him to die?
I think he's kind of roaring at me after the first attack, and so I jam my sword down his throat.
And you can see the fur starting to catch fire from the inside out as the sword burns him.
Nice.
He falls over dead.
And then I imagine I hear the sword's voice in my head.
Saying, "This thing smells terrible, get me out." Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, the stench is unbearably terrible with this thing. It smells bad.
Is it unbugbearably terrible?
Unbearably terrible. Inspiration! It smells very bad. So much so that if it chooses, it even has that as an attack.
It has its stink as an attack.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Where it's a saving throw and everything.
Okay. All right. Then I guess I'll plug my nose and tell Tiny to fire off a teeny tiny little Eldritch Blast at the other bugbear.
Okay, so he aimed. Let's see. I think that was a D4 for his.
Yeah, it was a roll to attack and then a D4 for the.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a D4 plus 1 or something.
He rolled a 19 on the dice.
Yes, he does.
And he rolled a 4 plus 1, right? So that's 5.
All right.
Where is he? Okay.
So here's me going, brah, 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 and then here's him,
And it nails him right in the eye. And his health goes down. Got it. And is that last attack you have in your turn?
No, that was only one shot, wasn't it?
That was just one shot, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only did one swing.
All right. Actually, you know what? Lia's got this. I'm going to disengage and move towards the loot. And I'll just turn to Lia and say, like, all right, you can clean the rest of this up.
Good job on the disengaging first.
Yay, rogue.
Okay, and he follows back behind you. This is dead. Lucky he didn't get to attack. He also has some crazy overpowered abilities.
Oh, of course he does.
He has a death ray.
He has a death ray.
He has a death ray. He can insta-shot an enemy.
All right.
Or insta-kill, I guess.
Yeah.
Try to choose lower level enemies that if you don't get them, they will kill you.
There's a theme to this dungeon. I like it.
Right? I figured it's an interesting gamble.
Yeah.
If your dice rolls suck, you're going to die. But it's not going to be from just a really long, high HP character.
Right.
Because I think those are kind of boring. So you go forward and you do see a sack that is about the size of a dwarf laying there on the ground.
About the size of
Like
a
it's
dwarf.
a pretty good size sack on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a kind of a canvas bag tied at the top.
Okay. Can I...
And you also see a couple of boxes and crates with scrolls and books inside them.
All right, cool. I'll be looking at that while initiative continues. Because I already used my bonus action and action and everything. I figured that's probably enough.
Yep, now we're going into the bugbear's turn.
Mm-hmm.
If she's gone, you've gone. No, it's its turn.
Yep.
Which I'm going to go over here. He's going to use his Morning Star.
Mm-hmm.
Rolled a 14 on the dice. Plus 4. But 14, so 18 total. Does that hit Lia?
That does not hit Lia.
He misses with a good roll. Okay, that's his turn. He can't do much else.
Okay.
So he swings and clunks it into the wall, but you see him kind of squinting because he's trying to see even though the light's behind him.
Mm-hmm. And I think Pass Without Trace is still active, so she's still, like, wreathed in shadowy darkness.
Yeah. So he's having a hard time finding where she is, I guess.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So he misses entirely. It's her turn.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah, and Stodgy didn't go.
Oh, yeah, Stodgy didn't go.
He can tag on this one.
All right.
But these guys aren't that tough.
Yeah.
You're one shot to everybody.
All right. So, yeah, she will just clickety-clackety roll to attackity.
Wait.
That's a 6 on the dice, so that's an 11.
That is going to miss.
Extra attack. That is a 3. She's going to use a luck point.
Okay.
That's a 14 plus 5. So 19.
That's going to hit.
All right. And then 4d10 plus 4. Let's see. 10, 7, 21 damage.
21 damage?
21. 21.
Okay, it does hurt him. He is on death's door.
All right. Stodgy is going to continue knocking on that door.
So, are you going to do Sting?
Stodgy's going to do his multi-attack, which is a... What is it? It's a bite and then a sting.
Yes.
So that's a 16 to hit for the bite.
That's going to hit.
All
It
right.
meets.
Two. And then that's 44 plus 2. So that's 4, 8, 10, 12 damage.
Yep, that's going to kill him.
All right. So Stodgy just kind of flies up as they're doing this, bout with the Morning Star and the sword and everything, and he just goes and rips out the jugular, just blood everywhere.
Little cat-like dragon goes up, just rips its throat out, purrs a little bit.
Right.
He falls over dead. And it still smells bad in there.
Oh, of course it does.
But now, that one is dead, and you guys are out of initiative.
All right, cool. What am I looking at in terms of this pile of loot here?
Okay, so you're looking in the sack, you're looking in the boxes, what are you looking at?
I'll go ahead and cut the sack open.
Okay, you cut open the sack, and at first...
By the rope. Like, I'm not going to just stab my knife
Okay, you're not just, like, slicing
Yeah.
it out of the side.
No, I'm being very clear about this. I'm cutting the rope that is
You
tied
immediately
to the sack.
Okay, so you open it up and you see what looks to be the decaying corpse of what doesn't look quite like a dwarf. It looks like a dwarf with a much darker complexion, and it's kind of bundled up in this sack with its arms crossed and its legs huddled up.
Would this be a familiar complexion from a dungeon a long time ago?
And you might remember... Let's see, roll me a history check.
Okay. Because, me
You
as
have
a
to use
player...
history check at some point.
Yeah. No, I as a player remember.
Well, it's been a lot longer for...
Has it, though?
Hell no, actually it's been about the same amount of time. This is like a real-time game.
I'll still roll the history check. You called for it. Why not? All right.
I have to use them at some point.
That's a +2 on that, so that's a 9.
You remember that... Well, you think that this might be someone that you know because the necromancer has been following you for a long time. Not necromancer, the lich. The lich has been following you for a long time.
Oh, so it might actually be the Glarp.
Glarp?
Ringo.
It was Glarp.
Glarp, yeah. Wait, I have it written down. It's his enchanted mug that I keep. Damn, typed up character sheet. Yeah, Glarp's enchanted mug. There it is.
Yep.
So, I think it might be Glarp, but it's hard to tell because of the decay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you think the clothing kind of looks familiar.
Mm-hmm. Well, that immediately raises some red flags.
Makes you wonder kind of how long has he been following you?
Yeah, and how long has he been out of the abyss? Because, I thought we kind of locked him in there and then he was done.
He also has certain abilities that can zip in and out of dimensions.
Sure.
Kind of like a blip.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what the term would be for it.
Plane shift?
He works with portals.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, plane shift is the thing.
Alright, so...
You do it once a
There's
day.
that. I imagine that doesn't smell great either.
No, it does not smell good. Well, it's been a good while, so it's kind of dry.
Okay.
It's not juicy.
Yeah.
It's juicy. It's the Catoblepas sits in the same room. You can't tell
Alright.
what the smell is coming from at this point.
Nothing we can do about that. Just some information to tuck away, I guess. And you said there was books and scrolls and shiny objects?
Yep, there are.
Alright.
So, you're looking through... Okay, so you see the shiny objects. You do see a bag of small gems.
Okay.
You can pick that up. You do... Let's see, I'll just roll to see how many of each type there are. Where is my D100? There it is.
Bag of small gems.
Yeah, I'm going to say these gems are worth 25 silver pieces each.
25 silver each? Okay.
And there are 49 of them in the bag.
Wow.
Like a little bag.
49x 25 silver each. Okay.
Oh, I scratched that.
Oh, shouldn't have did that.
I was like, that itches. Ow.
All right.
And then inside the box, it has some scrolls. Some of them are not written in a language that you recognize.
Are they written in Infernal?
No, they're written in various languages. One of them is written in Infernal.
Okay. Laya can look at that one and check it out. Anything in Elvish or Giant? Or Draconic?
There would be actually something written in Draconic.
Okay.
So that one's kind of fun. So
Stodgy can read that one.
Yeah, Stodgy would see that and see that it has to do with being able to use an ice breath attack.
Ooh.
It's kind of... The way the scrolls are kind of working in this would be kind of like a one-off attack scroll.
Okay.
At least these scrolls.
Okay.
So you have kind of like a just instant spell kind of thing.
Oh, nice. So I'll write that on Stodgy's page. Ice breath scroll 1. All right. So yeah, Stodgy will grab that and tuck it in Laya's pack.
Yeah, I'll give you the stats on that later. It's the same as a young dragon.
Okay, nice.
Yep. And then the other scroll that's written in Infernal is actually going to be one that's more of a mind control. It's a Dominate Person.
Oh, a Dominate Person spell scroll.
Yep.
Oh.
So you have a one-off of Dominate Person.
That could be interesting.
And it doesn't look like it's written in ink. It does look like it's written in possibly blood. You're not sure.
Okay.
The pages look like they're worn and it might be pretty old.
All right.
All right, so those are the things that look pretty interesting in here.
Those are the things that are interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Bag of money, an ice breath, and Dominate Person. Do the rest of them look like spell scrolls? Like if we found somebody who could speak that language, they would be able to understand it?
Some of them have a pretty similar kind of look and
Like a
writing
layout?
style to them, how they're kind of laid out. So you think some of them might be that. Some of them look like they might even be recipes. You're not really sure.
Okay. I'll grab all the scrolls, and then when we get to a town, or if we head back up towards Neverwinter or something like that, we can maybe find someone who could understand them.
Awesome. So you guys kind of pack them up.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll just write assorted scrolls. And then in parentheses, spell, question mark. There we go. How many scrolls are there?
In total?
Yeah, how many of the assorted ones?
In total, I'm just going to roll a d12 for it. 12.
Wow.
Good roll. The red dice are very friendly.
Okay. All right. So that was relatively painless. By which I mean we didn't take a single point of damage.
Yeah, you guys have kept on turning in a very lucky direction.
All right. We'll continue on then.
Okay. All right. So which way are you guys going to go?
Okay. So we'll go back out the way we came.
Yeah, I'll just drag you guys straight up to here.
And just out of sheer curiosity, because I can see that it kind of turned back around to the right.
Where? Oh, you mean up here?
Yeah, up there. I want to see if there's another small passageway like the one that we just went down.
Oh, just clear out.
It just looks symmetrical.
Yep. Did I finish that one? No, I didn't actually finish that one. I remember what was in there, but I didn't actually finish laying it out.
I believe you.
There are things that are actually in there.
Do you have an icon for Stodgy, or is he just like on Laya's shoulder, we're assuming?
I mean, mouse?
Yeah.
I kind of gave him this because it was a small creature.
No, I meant for Stodgy, though.
Stodgy? We can give Stodgy a...
I mean,
actually, that works pretty well. Let's see.
It's another thing you have to move, but... Oh, there you go.
There. Stodgy.
Perfect.
Now we have a Stodgy. Are you doing the same thing where you guys go straight in?
No, same trick where I send in Tiny U and have him scout out a little bit for us.
Okay. So he goes in, and he immediately sees kind of a dead end near, like directly in front of him, like a cutout inside the wall. and then
Is there any window or any kind of? Is there a window or any kind of like viewing area that looks further down, or is it just a random alcove?
Well, it looks like an alcove, but it does look like there's a hole in the ceiling that has sunlight showing through.
A hole in the ceiling. Okay.
Yeah, so above them there's some light coming through.
Okay.
And then there's a passage to the left and to the right.
Send him left.
Okay, magical direction. Goes to the left, you see a stairway that goes down.
All right. Have him go down the stairway.
Okay, he goes down the stairway and he sees an opening that's over to the right.
Send him right.
First turn right of the game. He goes right, and then he sees what looks to be a platform.
A platform.
Yeah, like not a pedestal. It's like a cylindrical platform that's in the middle of this area.
Cylindrical.
Oh, this is actually a pretty good symbol for it.
Okay.
A little bigger. That's a little better.
Okay.
Not like that.
Is there anything he can kind of scurry onto to see up on top of this platform?
Is he going to step on the platform?
No, I want him to look around the edge or...
Well, he's a mouse. He can kind of climb up the walls if he needs to.
Yeah, have him climb up the wall and see if he can see anything on top of there.
Okay, so he just sees the platform.
Just the platform?
Yep.
Okay. No living creatures, no...
Doesn't see anything else in here.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and unlock the view because he does see it all.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and roll something real quick. Yep. I can't help it, and I have to know what the deal is with this platform.
Gamble check?
Yeah. I did a gamble check, and I rolled low.
I was halfway hoping that you would do that.
Yeah, I mean, I just roll it with the same values as death saves. Like,
that's actually a pretty good idea.
11 and above, I take the smart option. 9 and below, I take the...
Or 10 and below, just, yeah.
Yeah, 9 and below, I take the dumb option. 10, I reroll.
I like that. So you go in, and are you going all the way over to the platform?
I'm going to the left. I'm going down the stairs.
Okay. To the left.
And then I want to investigate the platform as best I can. And I assume that Laya would roll her eyes and follow me.
Yeah, she's going to follow you behind you a little bit more cautiously. Is she going to go left as well?
She will follow me in the same direction that I have gone, yes.
And Staji's just kind of flying around.
Alright.
Okay. So I guess let's see. So I guess roll me an investigation check and see if you can learn anything from this.
Alright. I'm specifically looking for any kind of like runes or markings or, something to figure out like what this thing is for.
Okay.
Right. 10 on the dice plus my investigation, which is 12.
It looks like a platform made of stone, kind of.
It's made of stone.
It doesn't look like a normal stone. It looks like almost marble.
Okay,
very smooth. Like a processed kind of stone almost.
Like polished.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it does look like it has been stepped on before.
I see
like
footprints.
You see a couple of footprints on there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's about what you get from that 12.
Okay. How tall is the platform?
It's like 6 inches off the ground.
Oh, 6 inches off the ground.
It's not a tall platform.
I was imagining like altar height. Like,
oh no, this is
3-4
something
feet.
that you can step onto easily.
Okay.
Like a bottom stair.
I wonder how much. Okay. I call Laya over to take a look at this thing. And then I'm going to see what happens if she puts her sword on the platform. To see if it's like a pressure plate, like a sensitive thing. Because my rogue senses are kicking in. I'm like, there's footprints. And I assume I don't see any footprints leaving the area.
Right, you don't see any footprints leaving the area after you look around.
So this must go somewhere. It must do something. So I'm going to have her like take her sword and like kind of push down on it
Okay.
And I'll use my mage hand as well to kind of like push down on the weight of the sword, just to add to the weight and see if I can get anything to trigger.
All right, and what's the distance on Mage Hand?
30 feet.
Okay. So you instantly feel your Mage Hand gone because it's gone past the maximum limit, and her sword is not in her hand anymore.
Okay, she recalls it. Bonus action.
You kind of hear a clunk on a wall nearby.
Clunk on a wall nearby.
A loud clunk on a wall. It sounds like metal hitting stone.
Okay. Because I think
I don't think it'll actually go through stone. I'm not sure.
No, it doesn't like fly through the air. It magically materializes.
Oh, does it? Okay,
Yeah.
I kept on imagining it coming back.
We can double check if you want. But for flavor, if you want to say it's thunking against the wall, then fine.
I couldn't remember off the top of my head. I kept on imagining, like, she recalls that it comes back like boomerang, but she's the creator of it. How did she plan this? Because I don't think we clarified it.
I think we've just been saying, like, oh, she pulls it back to her hand, or she bamps it back to her hand. It's never been explicitly clear. But like I said, I think in Rules as Written, it like materializes in your hand.
Okay, so that would come back then. Is there a range limit or no?
I think as long as it's on the same plane of existence.
Oh, okay. Then it does come back.
All right, cool. So I look at the sword. I assume it looks relatively undamaged.
Yeah, looks the same as it did.
All right, I jump on.
Okay. Is she jumping on just you? So you jump on immediately?
I jump on immediately. Hey, U's on my Tiny U's on my shoulder.
Tiny U is on there with you?
Yeah, he's on there with me.
And the party is split. Okay, we are going over here. Okay, I'll get there in a second. Let me transport you over here.
Hey, I'm in the ether. How's it going, Hey,
all the way over here. Let me transport him too, because now he has to go between two groups. Okay, so I'm going to put you guys in here. We'll get to that in a second. So she has seen you just instantly pop out of existence.
Mm-hmm.
And she's standing there thinking, what the heck?
She rolled pretty high on her wisdom. She thinks that jumping on this random magical thing is a dumb idea. So she's going to try to message.
Okay, and what's the distance on that?
100-foot range.
I think that's actually within range.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's actually within range.
All right, so she sends a message and says, like, hey, are you dead? Am I dead?
No, you're not dead.
I say, no, I'm not dead. I think I'm okay. There seems to be something over here.
Okay, so it's a dark room at first.
It's dark. I can't see anything. I have 25 words with message, so.
Oh, okay. It's kind of hard to zoom in far enough. I can't zoom in far enough without showing off this room. This is basically just going to happen.
Okay.
Because I was trying not to port you in the middle, but that's what it did.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, oh, you can't see this yet. Okay, so you blip into existence, and you have something massive in front of you.
Oh, Jeebus.
And
I think I still have a couple of words. Please jump.
And I don't know if you've taken the time to look behind you or to your sides yet, but there's a gigantic thing in front of you.
Well, it's dark. I mean, is it pitch black, or is it just dim, or?
It's just dimly lit. You can still kind of see. There's a couple torches on either side.
Okay.
I could even add torches if we want to.
So I imagine my eyes would be adjusting.
Oh, I do have torches. Sweet. There's a torch. And there's a torch.
All right.
Perfect. We have torches.
All right. So yeah, I tell her to please jump, and she appears hopefully nearby.
Yep, she would appear just behind you once I zoom out. That was one of the right turns. So she pops in here as well.
Okay.
And you have a creature that you have kind of a hole in the ceiling, but you don't see light.
Okay.
See a massive hole in the ceiling. You don't see a roof, per se.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big opening. It looks like blackness above you.
Okay.
And you see what can only be classified as a gargantuan creature.
Awesome.
Mostly because it's standing on its 2 feet, and it's really big.
Okay.
And it looks kind of familiar once you kind of get your eyes back a little bit.
Okay.
It's just looking down at you, and it tilts its head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a dragon that's made mostly of skeleton and bones that has some blue flesh hanging off of it that's kind of tied to the blue? Black. The blue one's the stork. I always mix those two up. They have a B.
Yeah.
Black. It has black flesh.
I just remember because our armor is made of the blue dragon scales.
Yes. You're correct, sir. Of course, I have 2 dragons that have a similar sounding name pop in town at the same time.
And, the black just kind of fits with the whole Draco Lich thing, and we just kind of appeared next to it. And so I'm looking at that.
And then you see... and then oh, bless you.
Thank you.
And then you see people in cloaks wearing masks made kind of dragon scales. Mm-hmm. Or at least what look like dragon scales, kind of bowing up and down on the ground towards him.
Goody. I assume we've been noticed and that a quick escape would be less than feasible?
He is looking directly at you. I don't have a microphone with me that has the echo.
Yeah.
I have something for this.
Okay.
Oh, my guests, I see you found your way to my humble abode.
Nice place you got here. Did you lose weight?
Well, if we're talking about shrinking, I see your party has shrunk as well.
Uh-huh. So that's the way you're gonna play it. And I draw my sword. Laya draws hers too.
Alright, so he's looking at you.
I'm sure you want to play. Do you want to make a game of this?
Flip. A game, you say? I rolled an 8 on my wisdom.
Well, you already know hate is a strong word, but we could work together for something I might need assistance with.
So you want to team up?
In a way.
In
when
what
we're
way?
done, I'm going to kill you, but you will live that much longer.
What did you have in mind?
I want power. I want to rule. I want to have no one equal or greater than me. But there is one chromatic dragon that's higher. There's one stronger, and I want that.
So you want to get rid of Tiamat?
I want to replace Tiamat.
Ah. So you want to turn your bony bud into Tiamat 2.0? Is that what I'm hearing?
I want to absorb her in a way. I can make good use out of that.
That sounds gross, but it's better than dying. So, Laya, what do you think?
You will get to live that much longer, and I will leave your town alone.
Okay, now that he's bringing Channeling into it, yeah, I think we're pretty much grimly on board. Laya and Hook do a quick little thieves camp back and forth, kind of like, is this a dumb idea? Probably. Do we have any choice? No. Okay. So, I turn back and I say, we have beef with Tiamat already. It seems that our interests align for the moment.
Good, then we can see eye to eye for now.
Like his eye is like falling out of the socket.
He doesn't even have it anymore.
Okay. So what? We find Tiamat and we contact you somehow? Like what logistically, how is this gonna work?
Oh, I'll meet you there. Or I can plop you right into the middle of the first layer of hell right now if you wish. But there's a war. It's been going on for centuries. It never ceases. It is difficult to traverse that landscape.
Okay.
Clear me a path and I can finally claim my new throne.
Okay. So you want us to plow the road for you?
And you will probably get stronger, richer, obtain endless glory by conquering horrors. I see nothing wrong with our little cooperation for now.
For now.
Just head on ahead of me and everything will play out fine.
Fair enough, but we'll make our own way there. I assume you'll be watching us for some bullcrap with your magic and D&D.
I have plans for until I arrive.
Wait, doesn't one of us have a sending stone somewhere? I feel like we got one.
You do have one.
Okay.
And you see him kind of gesture to his followers, and they all kind of run out the door in two files.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, kind of see them disappearing down the hallway.
Okay.
After he kind of nods to them.
Okay. I'll hold up the sending stone because I don't have it written down, but I know we had one at some point. And so I'll be like, do you have one of these? I'm told we can use it to communicate over distance, but we only have one, so it's never been useful to us.
Actually, I'm going to roll see if he does. I think he does. They have one inside here. We'll say one of the guys might have it. Let's do a luck check. Nope. Roll the 5.
Unfortunately, I do not.
Alright, well, I assume you have some kind of scrying magic or something.
Yes, I can. He's a lich.
Yeah.
As a lich, I have access to many spells.
Right. So,
I can spy on something that you own, and, well, I can keep tabs on you from there.
sure. Alright, so we make our way to Tiamat on our time. We get through, and then when we're at that point, you're against Tiamat with us.
Yes, but if you do happen to defeat Tiamat yourselves, I have a sweet bonus for you. There is one in the hells, if you can lead me to him. If you're scared, then I understand. You are mortals. But he might be able to bring your friend back.
Fair enough.
There is one that can only be described as a god. And if I can get that, all else is inconsequential.
So you want to become the highest chromatic dragon and or become a god. Small goals. Achievable. I like that. And I roll my eyes sarcastically at him.
Oh, he does have a sense of humor.
Alright. So that's better than dying. And yeah. So I guess we just show ourselves out.
Very well. Would you like me to show you the way out, or do you just wish to stumble around on your own?
And Laya pipes up at this point and she says, "Get us out of here." And she's just exasperated and just rolling her eyes like, "Come on."
This might pinch a little.
Okay. And I'm going to roll a sleight of hand for something real quick. Oh, there's my good roll. I surreptitiously flip him off as we're getting teleported.
I was just roll a quick perception to see if he does see that or not.
All right.
He does see it.
What did he roll?
He rolled a 16 on the
I have a
dice.
30. I rolled a 15 on the dice and I have plus 15 to sleight of hand because expertise.
Oh yeah, it was a raw luck check. He doesn't get a bonus on a luck check.
No. I need to use sleight of hand more often. Jesus. Also persuasion. I have a plus 12 to persuasion and I never use it. That would have come in handy just now.
Right.
Oh well.
I'm too lazy to pull up his stat sheet because it's scary.
Alright, so we have a tentative agreement with the Draco Lich. And we're getting teleported out of the dungeon.
Yep. And you see him kind of rev up what looks like to be a breath weapon at first.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of snorts down this this almost wave of energy over you. And then as it hits you, you kind of feel the warmth of the sun on your face.
Okay.
And when you open your eyes, you're standing outside.
Okay.
You're standing actually on top of the mountain where you guys were in before.
Oh, okay. So just like straight up.
And you don't happen to see any like that hole at all where the ceiling was gone above him. You don't see that at all.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are outside.
So.
And it did smell bad.
Yeah.
And it did pinch a little bit, but not enough to actually cause any real damage.
Okay.
He just wanted to scare you mostly.
I still flip him off. Okay. How are we gonna do this? I guess go because they're still dealing with all the aftermaths from the dragon attack and everything in the dwarven town.
Yeah.
Not much we can do there. Probably. All right, let's go see Shadeleaf. See what she's up to. I mean, it's been like what? Not even a day.
It's been a pretty short amount of time. Like I think you guys took a long rest directly after the events of that battle,
Mm-hmm.
and then so it's like the next day.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was still back at the base or back at the town.
Yeah, in the dwarven town, kind of setting up with the green dragons and getting all the materials that she could.
Yeah, she was swarming.
Yeah.
that for materials. So, oh yeah, since you guys last saw her, yeah, it's only been a matter of hours.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
So she's still on top of the dragon.
Yeah.
She might have stabbed a few people to keep them away.
Sure.
From her dragon. But you see them looking at their new sword that they just got also.
Oh, nice.
So she gave them the weapon that she stabbed them with.
I love it. All right. And I believe I planted the idea in her head to make some dragon bone rapiers for me, similar to what the old one was using.
Yes.
So I don't expect any progress to be made. I just wanted to remind you.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah. Yeah. I want some dragon bone rapiers. That sounds cool.
They're pretty nifty.
All right. So
I'm never going to use the old one again. He's way too overpowered. If he rolled high on every attack, he could have one-shot the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm never going to do again.
Because if I have 2 dragon bone rapiers, then I'm pretty sure I can get off 3 attacks per round. Because I can do 2 with my main hand and 1 with my offhand.
Yeah, you can actually.
Yeah. 2-weapon fighting.
Question is, do we want to make them versatile?
I think rapiers almost have to. No, they're not versatile.
No, they're one-armed weapons, yeah.
Yeah. They're just simple. Yeah.
Normal rapiers are.
So we go and we check in with Shadeleaf. We saw all the stuff you said. And we kind of fill her in on not the Dracolich part of the situation, but
The possibility of traveling to the hells.
yeah, that Heiyu fell in battle. We have a couple of different options to try to bring it back. We're going to work on that, and that one of those ways involves going to the hells and facing off against Tiamat, who is the one who sent this green beastie.
Yep. So she's looking at you, and she looks a bit shocked at first.
Mm-hmm.
But she tries to keep her calm complexion because she's just calmly sitting on top of her massive prize.
Right.
She's saying, "Do you think we have any way of reviving? You said that Torm is keeping him for a while."
Yeah. Me and Torm are on good terms, and I flash my holy symbol. And he's kind of keeping him held, preserving him for us. We have a couple of different ideas. One would be risking the life of our new friend here, and I point to Tiny U.
So the little tiny you just kind of pops up, has a squeak, and then holds up the book.
Takes a little bow.
Yeah, and then he sits and actually starts reading the book on your shoulder.
Oh, okay.
He's taking a short rest on your shoulder to read.
Oh, of course. So yeah, that we might be able to do it, but it would mean losing this little dude. And the other way involves going to the hells and basically fighting him out.
She says, "Do you think this army might perhaps join you? Is there any other way you think? Did Torm say there's any way he can bring back? Do you have to go to the hells for it? This looks like, I don't know if he can be trusted."
You don't think Torm can be trusted?
I don't know. Because you have to go to the hells for some reason.
That's plan B. Plan A is Torm holds him until we can revive him some other way.
Okay, but you know that I'm not exactly a paladin. I'm
Sure. That's always been more my
game. We could
game.
always look into other areas or other deities to see if anyone can revive a friend at similar costs without having to go directly into one of the worst places you can. I mean, it might be fun anyways. Make sure you take a picture.
What's a picture?
You just have to draw really fast before you get hit.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll work on that.
Bring a bard. I hear they're really good at it.
Do you know any? I think they have access to the True Resurrection spell. No, I think it's actually only clerics and maybe something else.
Pretty sure it's clerics and wizards have wish.
Well, yeah.
Wish can do anything. Wish can do any spell.
Wish can do anything. True Resurrection is the one we need.
That's the only one that can regrow organs other than a wish. Yeah.
Right. There wouldn't happen to be any dwarven high clerics around, would there? Just
high clerics?
like there
were a couple of regular clerics in the area, but not any high ones. One of them was pretty high up, but he wasn't like a high cleric. He was a drunk one.
Not quite enough for a 9th level spell.
Nope.
All right.
These guys are all like level 10.
Sure. So it's pretty beefy. All right.
Actually, I think they are all level 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's stat sheet upstairs.
Dwarf. We've got some good favor with the dwarves of this area. Blink. It's been 2 months. I can't remember your dwarf NPC's name.
Oh.
Thunder.
Yeah, Brimlick Stormhammer.
Brimlick Stormhammer. There it is.
I had it.
Right.
I was like, I know this.
So plan A
with the messy beard.
Use Tiny U and the Maskernomicon to use True Resurrection to try to bring back Heiyu.
Mm.
Plan B is going into the hells and fighting our way through until we find this, whoever it was, that Dracolich didn't tell us what the name of the guy was. It's just, some random god in the hells.
He did say it was one above all others.
Okay. So, based on the lore, could I do like a religion check or something?
Sure, see if you know.
Or history, maybe? I think it's about the same. Yeah, it's the same.
You could even just directly ask your god if you wanted to.
Well, yeah.
See how he takes the news.
I got a 16 on the check to see if I know anything about the one above all others.
Okay. You might have heard stories about... that was a pretty good check. You might have heard stories about a certain demon that's basically the equivalent of one absolute god of the universe. If there's a good one, he's the one absolute evil. He has never been defeated. Nobody even knows if he's been hurt. He changes what he looks like, according to what you've heard. And his name, most people call him, is Asmodeus.
Asmodeus. Okay.
But he can do pretty much anything.
Gotcha.
But it always comes with a price.
So we deal with Asmodeus. We deal with the Dracolich. We hope that the dwarves have somebody who can do it. Or we sacrifice Tiny You. Okay. Seems we are at a bit of a crossroads. I'll ask you at the same time Hook is asking Shadley, is there anything else you can think of? Any other way you've heard of to bring somebody back like this?
So she sits and thinks long and hard, and then she started thinking, maybe if we are in different areas of the land, there might be places that have access to a wish spell. I don't know. Maybe there's different objects. Are genies a real thing?
I've read stories about them in the library. I can't say I've ever encountered one.
That might be one of those monkey paw deals, but who knows? Maybe that's something we could
I'll take a monkey paw over a Dracolich one.
Maybe the old one would know something. I mean, he's the oldest one here. Would Torm know anything? Well, if there's anyone else that could help?
Torm might, but I just bothered him yesterday. I try to keep that to a minimum. Yeah, let's go ask the old one. See if he's still around and if he can give us some info.
Yep. So she pops up on her little feet and she's kind of just looking around directly to see if she spots him. We'll do a perception check. She does. Because she is on the high ground right now, technically.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of
and Staji can give her the help action.
Oh, okay, cool. So she rolled a 15. And then the extra one was a 5.
Okay.
So we stick with that 15. She can kind of see what looks to be someone taller than everyone around him in the distance.
Okay.
So, because there's a lot of dwarves, and they're all about right here. Then you have one human-sized person in the distance.
And another half-orc somewhere.
Yeah, there's another half-orc somewhere nearby.
Probably outside kicking trees.
She sees a half-orc in the distance doing push-ups.
Okay, he's doing push-ups. All right. So we go and we approach the old one.
Okay.
I'm giving you a chance to use all your voices
I
today.
was trying to remember his voice. He just sounds old.
He sounds old and squinty.
Yes. You're talking to the old one, so he looks up at you and says, "Oh, you're back, young ones." I could not remember what his voice sounded like. I think that was it.
It's pretty close. Maybe just a little bit lower.
"Oh, you're back, young ones."
Yeah.
Too low? That's about right?
Maybe split the difference next time.
"Oh, you're back, young ones."
Yes, old one. We're back.
You came from a different direction. Did you go around?
It's a bit of a tale, but Heiyu fell in battle.
And he stops for a second. He doesn't, show anything for a second. Takes a deep breath. And then he looks at Not You, kicks him in the side lightly and says, "Double up your work. You have a lot to make up for."
I stifle a chuckle.
And Not You didn't hear it at all. He was too focused on his thing.
You're still focused on push-ups.
Yeah, he didn't hear what happened.
All right.
I'll tell him later. I have news to tell both of them that I found out recently. But now that might be harder to tell.
I see.
Yep. Ooh, so nice. Ooh, very nice picture. Good job.
Where do I put this?
You want to move it? Okay.
Okay.
Use the dice roller.
Okay.
Ooh.
You can roll that too if you want.
So, with the resources at our disposal, Old One, we have some ways to bring him back, none of which are very tasteful. In your travels during your time on this world, have you heard of any way that might be made possible?
Well, I've known and experienced many things that can, let's say, prolong a life to unnatural lengths. To say the least, I'm a little bit older than you would have thought.
I just rolled a 17 on my insight to kind of suss out what he means by that. Like, does he have an unnaturally long life?
He has an unnaturally long life.
Okay.
You're getting the hint he might be talking about himself.
Okay.
Like, in my journeys to find power, I have outlived a few elves that I've known.
Wow, that's impressive.
In my younger years, I sought power and fame, and I did not want to let it go with age.
Yeah, Laya is straight up in awe at this point. She's like, you outlived an elf? Several elves?
Yes, an elf funeral is a very rare thing to see. They live about 600 years or so. In the D&D lore, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that's a fan of Lord of the Rings is like, they don't die. Yes, they do.
They just live a really, really, really long time.
Dwarves, too. They live like 200 years or so.
Yeah.
2 to 250, somewhere in there, I think. Oh, tobacco. In a second. There it is. Okay.
Yeah. Because
The
we're not
screen
there
is-
anymore.
Yes, the screen is back. I'll find a new map for that one later.
Yeah.
I have the other map on file. Right, Holly? This is but to bring back someone that has passed entirely. You're dealing with some very powerful magics here.
Yes.
There might be some ways to go about doing this, but everything either includes finding the most powerful wizards in the land, say an archmage, perhaps.
Or high cleric.
Yes, or a pretty high up cleric. Or doing deals with various deities, and most of them want something in return if you do that, if they give you something like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the only real ways I can think of, other than finding someone really high up. We can see if we can track down where the archmage is.
So there is an archmage.
There is an archmage. He might be traveling right now, but I can send out some scouts ahead of time to see if they can track down where he is.
Do you have his name?
It's been many years. I'm going to find a name. I think I recall his name being Barmir.
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 Okay, I pull out my magical map and I say, show me Barmir the Archmage.
So he looks at it and is like, I think I've seen that somewhere before. Long time ago. Lost it to a dwarf. How'd you get that?
Again, that's a tale for another time. There was a lich involved.
I would much enjoy hearing this story someday. Perhaps after these issues that you're currently facing now.
Yes.
He kicks Hey you in the side, or not you in the side again, and says, jump to it.
And he starts doing jump squats.
No, he starts jumping from his hands.
Oh, jumping from his
The
hands.
push-ups.
Even better.
You know, like the push-up clap
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of things.
Hands and feet leading
Nagar
together.
is a very powerful half-orc that likes to work out a lot. And he's always angry at people, but also not very smart. She was imagining.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it does show you where he is. He's in a city that's not nearby.
Mm-hmm.
He's not in Neverwinter. He's a little bit off to the east from that.
I actually have my map.
The whole Sword Coast?
Yeah.
Oh, I can bring up a Sword Coast map on the big screen, huh?
Yeah. Well, at least as far as the Star Metal Hills. And up to the Crags. It looks like is the most northern named location on here.
I need a bigger map. Oh, wait, here we go. Yay!
How cool is this table?
I love the table. So good. The table's my favorite thing. I don't want to sign in. Why do I have to sign in to use this stupid thing?
Oh, Pinterest.
I hate Pinterest. Open image, a new tab. There we go. Workarounds. Where was the city? I had the city. It's not Neverwinter. He was off to the east.
Okay, so Neverwinter's over here.
Yeah, Neverwinter's on this. Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Neverwinter is a pretty big city. Lots of shops, lots of people and towns and everything. And there was a big, kind of like a zombie apocalypse in there that my character helped to defeat.
Yep.
We took out the whole zombie apocalypse.
They stopped all the zombies. Did you want to talk into here? Hello. No? Okay. But it shows, as the map zooms in on a place that looks to be in this area where Silvery Moon is.
Where what now?
Silvery Moon?
Silvery Moon. Okay.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
So you see it go on the other side of this lake and then keeps on going past the trees when it finally settles in at the edge of those trees.
Okay.
Oh. Right there.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, I actually can zoom in a little bit here. A little too much. There. Good.
Okay.
That's fine.
So
it's above the high forest.
okay.
So now you kind of have a location of where he is.
Nice.
And
Okay.
he says, "Oh, that was a very handy map.
Yeah, it's been very helpful.
Just make sure nobody that hates you gets a hold of it."
Oh, of course. Nobody but me gets a hold of this. And then I very carefully wrap it up back in this tube and I put it back in my pack.
Yeah, not gonna be there.
What's that?
I said, "Yep, not gonna be evil."
I mean, you could try.
I was gonna make it where people have noticed the map, but no.
No.
You're in the middle of a conversation. There's lots of people around. It's fine. I'm like, no, I'm not evil.
The only one who I really, really, really wouldn't want to notice the map is the map maker guy who we sent up to the monastery. Let's see here.
It says something like, "Well, the Archmage would be your best bet on finding someone that just can do the wish spell. If you get enough resources for it, then I'm sure that he could probably pull that off for you because he has the ability."
Oh, that would be fantastically helpful and a lot better than some of these other options, let me tell you. Can we just say the old one sent us, and would he know your moniker by that? I don't know if I ever got
Never
your
actually made his real name.
proper name.
His name was literally just the old. And the Archmage was an elf. So he says, "Well, he's an elf. He would know me from a long time ago. Just tell him that it's someone that he still hasn't beaten yet.
Someone he still hasn't beaten yet.
And just add a ha 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 at the end there.
And a ha ha ha. All right.
He'll know who it is."
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, old one. I think we should probably head out right away. What time of day is it?
Right now, I think it's almost midday.
Midday?
It was morning when you guys woke up and then went down there.
All right. I think I've still got a spell slot left. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're good. I'll go ahead and do my summon steed.
Okay.
Or find steed, whatever you call it.
So the horse pops up.
Bring up my horse. And then, this will be great. I'm going to have Tiny ride on Stodgy's back, and Stodgy's going to fly along with us.
So you see him kind of pocket the book, and then you see him raise a toothpick, kind of stick in the air, while he's holding on to one of Stodgy's spines on the back, going.
Tiny you is a little mouse who
Yep.
can shoot off tiny little bolts of magic.
It's a little wizard mouse. Yeah, Tiny U's a wizard mouse that can read from a book and cast spells. Yeah. My daughter thinks I'm crazy.
All right, so
I'm trying to think of what we can roll some dice for, because she's ready to roll some dice.
survival check to find the best route.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good roll.
All right.
Let's see if you can roll a survival check to just literally find the best road to take.
So-
See if you know how to go about heading in that direction.
Let's see. We are in
So roll a
her
d20.
preferred area. So go ahead and roll 2 d20s and tell me what the biggest one is.
So roll this twice.
11, 4.
Ooh.
Okay. So we're going to go with the 11. And her survival is a +7, so that's an 18.
Very
What's that?
nice. That is a good roll.
We're trying to find a way to bring back our dead friend.
Who
The
you?
dark one knows how to do that.
Emma!
I wouldn't pay Rumpelstiltskin's price. Sorry.
Me either. We're almost done with season 4.
Oh,
Emma's
nice.
the dark one, though.
Oh, Emma's the dark one. I'd make a deal with Emma Dark One,
Have
probably.
you gotten
there
that
it is,
far
your
already?
voice.
Oh yeah, we watched the whole thing.
That's crazy.
It's great.
Oh, you watched it before?
Yeah.
Alright,
Was it good?
so
Oh,
you
yeah.
start
How was the
figuring...
ending like?
Okay.
Don't tell us.
No. They had to figure out
No
themselves.
spoilers.
I liked the ending to the second to last season, but I didn't want to watch the last season because it was just like, eh. So we just stopped at that
That's how
point.
I felt about Lost.
I believe you. I never watched it.
Oh, you might like it.
But like,
Another show I haven't
There's-
watched.
I feel like there's 8 seasons altogether, right?
Oh, I don't know. Are there?
I
So
wonder
we're,
what's gonna-
we're not even halfway.
I think there's 8 seasons all the way. And season 7 ended so perfectly that I didn't want to continue,
Oh, that's.
if that makes
I
sense.
can understand that.
Felt like with Game of Thrones, everyone said last season was so bad.
Mhm.
They just stopped at the season before.
All right, so
So you guys start thinking and realize that the closest road that would probably lead you there would probably be the Tribor Trail just right above Phandalin.
mhm.
Because it does go east and it's a main road.
Okay. So then we will head back towards Phandalin, kind of check in, because we're about half a day's travel from there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll head towards Phandalin. That's this town, our kind of home base is there.
Yep. That's their main town.
We'll settle in, we'll tell, what's his name, Darren? The guy we kind of leave in charge.
Yeah, actually it was.
Yeah. We tell Darren kind of what's up and be like, hey, you know, this is the situation, this is what's happening, and we need to go inland towards the silvery place. I already forgot the name of it. Silverwind?
No, it was... I can just scroll side this. Silvery Moon.
Silver Moon.
Silvery Moon.
Okay. So, yeah, we tell them that we need to make a journey to Silvery Moon so that we can try to find someone who can revive Hey You.
Yep. So he just kind of... Let's see, I can't remember what his voice was. I think it was more...
Kind of
Okay.
more distinguished, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, I think I can watch over all the younglings as they're training up, and I will make sure that we can handle things around here while you're gone. They will make you proud. I do, the youngest one, the little skinny human boy that joined up a while ago, he's actually showing some good promise, so maybe he'll have a good future ahead of him.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Right, he throws up a little bit of blood, but he throws up after Heyu sends him through the drills, and then he just keeps on going.
It's impressive stamina for a little guy.
Right, I didn't think he'd keep going. I thought he'd die a long time ago.
All right. Well, here's something to cover expenses while we're gone. I don't know how long it'll be, but it looks from the map like it's going to be a ways. And then I give him the bag with the jewels in it that we got from the place, the 49 small gems.
Nice. And did you already explain to him the situation with Heyu or no?
I told him that Hey You fell in battle, and we have a couple of ways to bring him back. None of them, basically the same spiel that I gave the old one. Like, there's a few ways that we have that are distasteful, then we can bring him back. Or there's this guy in Silvery Moon. We're going to go check with him first.
Because I'm like, do you think we should enlist not you? I remember he was pretty strong, just like Hey You. Do you think he would be a good choice for these younglings?
Not you doesn't have the restraint that Hey You had. He would kill them for stepping out of line.
Hey You had restraint.
Hey You had restraint compared to not you. Trust me, my friend. This guy, a fearsome opponent, not a good teacher.
Okay, I'll take your word for that then. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have? Okay, so I'll just do my best to keep up Hey You's practices and training regimen for these younglings. I did hear a good story about bandits nearby recently. Maybe they're up for the task.
Yeah, they could probably handle some local bandits for sure. And make sure they get overland experience as well. We have we have interest in that Dwarven village that we just liberated. I tell them all about how we defeated the dragons, now Shadeleaf's setting up a shop, and I think Toblin was doing something over there. So, dragon material is up for the taking. And so, I'm like, we have interest there. Send them on, escort missions, scouting runs. Just kind of broaden our scope a little bit beyond Phandalin itself if we can. But do it safely. I don't want to have casualty reports when I come back, understand?
Loud and clear, sir. And we will... We've heard about the great adventures that you guys had just taking out another dragon. We are going to make sure that there is a bard hired to sing tales and write songs about this great event.
All right, and add a green claw to the sign.
People will be coming here, I assure you, to try and come just to help people.
Oh, great. Make sure we add a green claw to the sign alongside the blue and black one. Maybe we'll fill up that whole rainbow one day.
I look forward to it, and we will be known throughout the land. We were a small city before, but we're going to start expanding out.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right, the mayor said that he was thinking of hiring a few lumberjacks to build into the forest a little bit, expand our city, build more buildings.
Yeah, that would be great. I was just making sure it wasn't near the actual Neverwinter Wood, because that would cause problems with the Bias family.
Nope, it's a little south of that.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Sounds great. We'll be heading out at first light. Be well.
You too, sir, and we will do our best.
All right. So...
And just on a fun side note, Shadeleaf is definitely going to be making money by selling the meat from the dragon, not the scales to Toblin.
Oh, yeah.
She makes dragon steaks. Or he makes dragon steaks.
Yeah, he makes dragon steaks.
They eat dragon. The meat tastes kind of like honey. No? Not at all. What does it taste like? You don't know?
Imagine. Just try to think about, what do you think dragon tastes like?
Chicken?
It would taste like chicken?
That's what I think.
All right.
I like it.
Oh, have you tried using the dragon marinade on chicken yet?
Actually, yeah, it was really good.
It was good?
It was good. I let it soak over the entire night.
Oh, for sure.
So good. I used Clan McGregor for it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been using Tullamore.
Nice.
All right.
I like using nice cheap whiskey for actual cooking stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're not going to drink it, then it doesn't have to be the greatest.
Exactly. If it's just going to be mixed with other stuff, then yeah, it might as well.
Exactly. Kind of like cooking wine. Like,
yes.
You're not going to use a $400 bottle for a red wine sauce.
No, you use a $10 bottle.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to stop this session, at least.
All right.
Because it's kind of in the middle of something and starting another journey, at least.
Yeah, kind of closing a little chapter.
Right. And then it'd be fun if Holly would be able to join up for the next session, maybe. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Might be fun. You guys made a lot of progress.
Yeah. We had some pretty major story points, I'd say.
And the majority of you survived. Oh, I'm going to stop that recording. The majority of you guys survived the encounter. That's been another episode of the... Oh, what's it called? The Probably Something Terrible Dungeons and Dragons Adventure. Very long name. So join us next time. This is going to be mostly just an audio section because I did not get the camera set up, so shame on me. You can hate me later. Tell me how much I'm terrible in the comments. I'll accept all the hatred. Okay, thanks. Bye.